Your girl on it, boy. She wanna know who the bookers are.
Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. At their own 23-yard line. First down, Watson. And this one grabbed by Darren Fells. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
First and 10, Watson. And a quick throw here that's complete. He's out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Throwing on second and long. Watson, screen play, Johnson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a third and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Always got some breathing room. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 33 and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league.
I know I'm bitch ain't Dilly hit harder than that.
And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Cousins on first down. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd and goal. Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception and his many points from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
Watson, he fakes to Johnson and now looks to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Open man, the tight end fails. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again is Watson. Got a man and he hits him in stride. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out in the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they have the football that will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
First down, here's the run with Cook. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Gives way to Cook, and he is met.
Man, my nigga can't make a bitch miss, dog.
Like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. They were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives with a 3rd and interception.
I was looking at one receive person. Other fucking bro. I gotta get it together. Fought around the lose, dog.
Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16.
Well,
that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
It's a pickup of
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
score. Vikings 7, Texans nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1.
Get that, damn.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Johnson, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down, escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off here.
Ah, bro. Tell me how you ran past both of y'all.
Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like
Thing got loose on my stupid ass.
But that's your quarterback hitting top speed. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out.
Let's go.
And he's brought down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll roll him out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Sometimes I wonder, partner, what it would be like to just do a bar graph for all the players in the NFL to see where they came from in college to where they are in the NFL. And Danielle Hunter, a guy with less than 10 sacks in his college career at LSU, is now one of the best sack guys in the NFL. Picks up another one there, had 14.5 last year, and became the youngest player in NFL history to reach 50 sacks in his career in the 2019 season.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball, trying to get things settled down a little bit.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Cousins now. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, as the first half is winding down, and the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Woo! That nigga almost broke on my stupid ass.
At the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They find Randall Cobb on the completion. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Nick Folk. His career long, 56 yards. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running kind of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. He goes right back to Jefferson, and this one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Well, the evidence is once again presented why he was such a top target at LSU, and Justin Jefferson carrying that over to the NFL. He's what a lot of people call a natural pass catcher. What I love about him is his ability to play the ball in the air, and at the moment of truth, go up and take it from a defensive back. This guy is smooth.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Second and 5. To throw, Cousins. Complete, Jefferson the target. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. Here's Cousins. That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Man, hide the ball, man.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
To throw is Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. But a good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A good run that time. They couldn't close him down, and now 9 yards makes for a very different situation on 4th and goal. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away. Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Shotgun snap for Watson. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And here's Watson on the keeper. Taking it across midfield and inside the 45. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And to anyone who gets concerned when they see a quarterback running with the football, you just let him be himself. Let him be him. And I guess what you'd say there is hard to hit what you can't catch.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Watson on target here to Fuller. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Open space inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A give the first man through Gillespie, the fullback. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
They'll run it with Johnson. And they'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
They're on the 27-yard line.
Vikings now to start their next drive. An important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Back now in Houston. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. On the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is caught at the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Seibert's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Yo. Not on my phone.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the complexion of this one has changed a
Nah.
That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Rolling to his
Yeah, you
right. This is Conway, right side.
Yeah, you can send that in my email.
Able to get this one all the way past the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not actually.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And the number 1 one mission of any offensive line. You got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there.
Adrian Marcus 88 yahoo.com.
This came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks in the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Throwing on second and long. Watson. And he's going to go down again. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Dancing to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on it for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
25 yards. 1st down, Vikings.
Now Cook. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get it behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And it's 3rd down.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
He said I was ugly and couldn't read good.
Vikings 1st down.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Calling a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation.
Oh, shit.
Gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Vikings, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get it.
That's